I'ma keep it a bean. Stick to the script, every scene. This from last year, but they clean. Say to say, I'ma take something else, but it's a winning team. Charlie Sheen, fam gang, the regime. I'm from Piney Green.
What's good, I'm Shellitronnn, but you can call me Coach, and I'm back at it again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a Bowberry biscuit. When I saw this news show up on my Twitter timeline, I didn't know what to think. Don't tweet right now, man. It's from Max Hinton, one of the writers for the Panthers. He said, Rivera on kickers. Joey is going to kick again this week. We're still waiting on Graham. Joey obviously meaning Joey Slye, and Graham meaning Graham Gano. This right here is kind of mind-blowing, and I know it's only kickers, and if you've been watching me for a while, you know how I feel about kickers in the NFL, but Joey Slye kicking all 4 weeks of the preseason, and we're not seeing Graham Gano at all, and Graham seems to still be injured, an injury that was lingering from last season. I'm having some really big questions as to what exactly are we looking at going into this season. We have not seen this man, Graham Gano, kick a field goal yet. And even though kickers have one job and one job only, it's not like a running back where you can miss the full preseason and come in week 1 and still do your job right. It's kind of like one of those things that you need to have a certain rhythm to. You need some reps to it. You have to understand, and you have to like be in that mindset, you know, certain pressure situations, maybe going against the wind and whatnot. You can do that in practice, but we all understand that kicking is a really pressure-filled job because you miss enough kicks. You miss 3 or 4 kicks, and you might just lose your job. So, seeing that Graham Gano has not played a single preseason game and is still mysteriously injured, we haven't really gotten any kind of word based off of, you know, how much he is injured. Is it going to be lingering going forward? Like, what's the timetable on Graham Gano? All we've heard is like week-to-week kind of stuff, talking about him and Joey Slye. And it doesn't really help Graham Gano's case that Joey Slye has been the man this whole preseason. Joey Slye has been really good. Now, he did shank one wide right, I think, in the Bills game. But overall, we've seen Joey Slye be a monster. He had some pretty long field goals as well. Did he have one that was 52 or 53? It was definitely above 50. It might have actually been 54 in the Bills game as well. But we're looking at a situation where the question might be asked, does the team go with Joey Slye over Graham Gano? Now, there's a few ways we can go about this. One, if the team were to actually cut Graham, I think by this point we would only lose $1.5 million in cap space for this season, but I think it would also be about $2.5 million in cap space for next season. But there's a second option here. A second option where we start Graham Gano on the IR and we just go into the season with Joey Slye. But that would bring up even more issues. What if Joey Slye looks good for the first 8 weeks? What if Joey Slye starts off the season looking really good and it gets to week 8, week 9, and Graham Gano is eligible again? What do we say to him? Do we just keep Joey in the game? Do we switch them out and hope for, you know, Graham Gano to pick up where Joey Slye left off? Do we hope for Graham Gano to do better than Joey? It's a really, really strange situation here because we really can't roster 2 kickers. You're not going to have 2 kickers and a punter on your team. You only have 53 spots, and that sounds like a lot, but that really ain't a lot. You need to think about, you know, backups and whatnot. And we have a lot of guys who are really good and a lot of position groups that are really deep. So I'm not really sure we can really roster 2 kickers, especially one who is injured, kind of injured. How serious is it? What's the timetable for it? Like, do you actually want to designate him for the IR and keep him out for a long period of time if he's going to be straight in like 2-3 weeks? It's a really strange situation here. And you have to also think about Joey Slye has been so impressive in the preseason. We could probably trade this man away for a good 3rd, maybe 4th round pick. Joey Slye he has value. He definitely has value. I don't know if the Bears have gotten a kicker yet, but the Bears desperately need a kicker. And since the Ravens backup already got signed 2 weeks ago, Joey Slye is looking like the best thing smoking right now. And they could really use a kicker, but in the same vein, it looks like the Panthers could really use a kicker as well. So it's a really weird situation here. But seeing that he is going to be playing all 4 weeks of the preseason and we're still waiting on Graham, I don't know what that means. There's no real definition. There's no real designation. There's no real news about Graham Gano. I wish I did know just how far out he was from being healthy. But I can't lie to you, Joey Slye has been real impressive this preseason. got me thinking, I love Graham Gano. I've defended this man a couple times, numerous times on this channel, but I can't lie to you. Joey Slye is looking like that guy right now. He is looking like that guy, and with the way I work, with the way that I, look at kickers, if you're the best man for the job, then you're the best man for the job, and you gotta keep it. So it's really tough because I do like Graham, but if Joey Slye ends up really impressing, we may have to keep Graham on the IR or do something. I'm not sure what it's gonna be, but I want to hear from you guys. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Graham Gano? What are your thoughts on Joey Slye? Do you think this is going to be a long-term injury for Graham Gano? What are your thoughts on putting him on IR and seeing how it works out? But what if Joey Slye looks good for the first few weeks, the first several weeks of the season, and then when Graham is eligible, do we switch out? Do we just keep Joey in there? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And you already know what to do with that like button.
Cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Been told y'all I been the man. Been told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.